Sweet and sour is a bit of a favourite that people like to get from Chinese takeaways, but ever wondered how to make it at home? Creating this can be a lot of fun, but as I like to mix things up a little bit, I've used a secret meat as well as chicken, and I'm going to do a taste test at the end so you can see how they turn out. Don't worry, I will tell you what this secret meat is. Let's get started. First thing I'm going to start off with is my sauce. This may surprise you at how easy this is. All you need is tomato ketchup, white wine vinegar, sugar and water. I'll put full measurements in the description below, but essentially you want to mix all this together and also make a corn flour mix to thicken this up. Adding water to the corn flour will create a very loose paste that when added to your sauce later will magically thicken it. Put those both to one side and now you can prepare your vegetables. I'm using 3 different types of coloured peppers, which I'll chop up into small chunks, and a white and red onion, which I'll chop up as well. The key to cooking anything in a wok is to get prepped. Get organised first, because when you're wokking, things all cook very quickly. I'm going to prepare a pineapple as well. By all means you can use tin pineapple and then you can add the juice in, but fresh pineapple is great and it's a bit of a classic component in this takeaway dish. Again, I'll cut this down, but this time smaller than the vegetables. Small chunks is perfect for pineapple, keeping everything the same size. Doesn't have to be exact, but roughly the same size will be helpful. Notice how I do my veg fruit prep first, and then I save my meat prep to last. You need to be careful when preparing poultry, and make sure you sanitize everything down afterwards. This is my first meat I'm preparing actually. Can you guess what it is? Go on, have a guess. This is pheasant, believe it or not.
Holy moly!
This is less calories, saturated fat and higher protein than chicken, and pheasant is so cheap, particularly if you know someone that can get the birds for you and you can prep them at home. Anyway, when you prep the meat, cut into smaller chunks, again the same size if you can. Let me know in the comments if you guessed it was pheasant. Let me season these up with a touch of salt, onion and garlic granules. And next I can make my batter mix for the meat. This is 100 grams of plain flour, 1 tablespoon of corn flour, 3/4 of a teaspoon baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon bicarbonate of soda and 160 milliliters of ice cold water. Mix all this up really thoroughly and it's done. Now you can start cooking this dish. I have my wok ready to go. Pour some cooking oil in and bring it up to temperature. I found this next stage quite simple, as you need to dip your meat into some flour and then into some batter. After that, drop into the fryer. Definitely do this in batches, it's far better. Once your meat is cooked off, drain off the oil until you have a couple tablespoons or so left in the pan and add in your veg. My hob is okay, but it would be even better if you had a gas hob and there's more power. Let these vegetables cook, but move them around from time to time as well. Once you've picked up a bit of colour, add in the sweet and sour sauce and bring to a simmer, and then use your corn flour mixture to thicken it. Add in your diced pineapple, and once this is heated through, your battered meat to complete the dish. First up I've cooked my pheasant, and then I cooked my chicken. And I plate up. Looks a bit different from what you'd get in a Chinese takeaway, doesn't it? Hey guys, you're still with me, that's great news. Now's for the taste test. Let me taste the chicken and the pheasant and I'll tell you what I think. So this first one is the pheasant. And the second one is the chicken. Yeah, so a really nice flavour profile. The pineapple adds a nice bit of sweetness and acidity. Batter holds up really well as well. I think the sauce is really nicely balanced. I think both meats work really well. The chicken is definitely really succulent, and you just know why chicken is so popular, because you can deep fry it, you can braise it, you can just cook it simply in a pan. It's always going to be really moist. I think the pheasant, on the other hand, has got a really nice flavour, really nice texture. Pheasant notoriously can be quite dry, and I think that's why it works very well in this sweet and sour dish, because it's moist, and deep frying anything generally, as long as you don't overcook it, will keep the meat really moist, which works very well. Thank you ever so much for watching. I really appreciate you sticking right until the end. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe if you like my content, and I'll catch you in the next one.